Hello. Wow. Well, this feels really good to do again. I had a great time in Puerto Rico, but it feels really good to be back in my hometown, ready to get back into it. I'm only home for about 3 hours before I have to go, but first I have a few things that I need to take care of. My washing machine is broken. Shout out to Bill, who is a longtime viewer of the videos, who I just met at the laundromat. But I wanted to talk while my clothes are washing a little bit about how was Puerto Rico? What was the whole experience like? Well, I kind of learned two things. One, I always knew that Puerto Rico was a very impoverished place, but I didn't really know to what extent. I've been to Uganda before, I've been to Shanghai, China, and I have to say that Puerto Rico resembled a lot of both of those, especially Uganda. It really felt like I was in a third world country. And it was hard to remember that, in fact, I was in the United States still. As far as the hurricane goes, which is the second thing, is their economy was very weak to begin with. They were coming out of a 10-year-long recession. And the hurricane hit and wiped out their main industry, which was primarily pharmaceutical manufacturing. You may have heard that there was a shortage of IV bags during the hurricane, and that was because pretty much all IV bags in the United States were manufactured in Puerto Rico. Now, when that came through, it took out about 30% of their economy. So an already struggling economy was absolutely annihilated by this hurricane. And the amount of poverty is just so much worse. So there was about 3.4 million people without power, which is almost all of their population when the storm first hit. The latest numbers show that they still have people, about 150,000 of them, without power, mostly the mountainous regions. And even those who do have power still experience massive, widespread blackouts because the power lines were a rush job. And the company that's in charge of fixing all of this before the hurricane hit was in $9 billion of debt. They were actually filing for bankruptcy. So it was really excuse the pun or the term, a perfect storm to really put an already struggling country in an even worse position. So I had the opportunity to go over there with some gentlemen to document and I guess contribute to a relief effort. Now, most of the relief that's going on over there is grassroots, primarily run by women. These are people who are part of religious or just charity organizations that are providing as much relief as they can. But in all reality, it's not really about bringing water or bringing food to them at this point. It's about bringing money, and not dollar, but economy and actual jobs in industry. They need power lines to go to these mountainous regions that require helicopters. It's a very expensive repair process, and they have a huge issue with mental illness. They have a huge drug problem that all stems basically from the poverty. That being said, it's a beautiful nation, and one thing that I got an absolute unbelievable feeling of is their strength in family. They all are still very hopeful. They're all close. They have huge families. We talked to some people in really awful situations, but they were being helped by family members, by neighbors, by locals. There's a really sense of community that here in the stateside of the United States, I don't feel that. I guess what I'm trying to say that I took back from Puerto Rico is the importance of family and the relationships with others, because honestly, when facing true adversity, that's really all we have. So I'm pretty grateful for that right now. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for this beautiful day. I'm grateful for the fact that it's not winter anymore, and I'm grateful that I have access to electricity.